School schedules are not like they used to be, especially at a school in New Hope. No more tackling just one subject at a time. Well, now teachers combine subjects like science and music to help students learn. In today's School Spotlight, Shannon Slatton shows us what that looks like at Sonnesyn Elementary.
We're a family. People will say that you definitely feel the community when you come in here.
At Sonnesyn Elementary, once a bee, always a bee. When you walk through school doors, you are family.
It's about what happens when you come into the school building and the feeling that you get.
Fostering a feeling of belonging and community is intentional.
Some school closing had happened and kids were coming from different parts of the community, and our populations continued to change, and so we worked really hard on developing a positive school culture and climate.
Learning here is about educating the whole child and teaching concepts across subject areas. In this music class, students are learning science, as in sound waves and frequency.
You want to do a high sound wave or low?
Eventually, students will make their own instrument and exhibit it at the science fair.
I think children are more engaged the more they see how it's not isolated what they're learning, that it's taking place in other areas as well, and that they can combine these ideas and it becomes a bigger picture rather than an isolated lesson.
Staff have worked hard to develop a culture of literacy here and encourage students to develop a lifelong love of reading. In 5th grade, students are in the middle of a challenge, not just to read books, but to read across genres.
Every genre: poetry, fantasy, nonfiction.
Some of us are stuck on just reading one different genre of books. We gotta read all different kinds.
These students met us in the Media Center to show off the maker space.
It's hands-on learning.
This is a growing space made possible by grant money. Every 2 weeks, students come here.
We have a lot of great curriculum about science and engineering, but it's very prescriptive. It tells them, here's the experiment that everyone knows how it's, the ice is gonna melt if it gets hot, but we wanted to give them an opportunity to be creative.
And they can by exploring new locations through virtual reality.
You get to go on a field trip without ever having to leave school.
Designing and building objects on the 3D printer.
Sonnesyn Elementary Science Fair is for all ages.
Turning the morning announcements into a student newscast, or designing and building circuitry.
It's not build this exact thing, it's, okay, here's how you build, we'll do some examples, and then build what you want.
Giving students the freedom to capitalize and explore their interests keeps them engaged and ready to learn and keep learning. And that's exactly where teachers want them to be.
Yes, we're about reading and writing and math and science and all those pieces, but like I said at the beginning, it's about developing that whole child, and once you're a bee, you're always a bee, and we're a family here and we're committed to that.
In New Hope, Shannon Slatton, CCX News.
In case you're wondering how Sonnesyn Elementary got its name, the school is named after an editor of the Sun Post, H.O. Sonnesyn, who was an advocate for education.